Hi, good afternoon, everyone. There was some really great presentations before. It's good to know that there's a lot of good work happening in the community. Before we begin, I just would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land on which we stand today, the Baladang, Wajak, and Yuet land. I would also like to acknowledge the contributions made by the past, present, and emerging leaders from this great culture. So as Laura said, my name is Babu Sajjad. I work with the Wheat Bear Health Network. We are a not-for-profit organization. We're based in 6 sites as of today. Our main site is Northam, Toodyay, Wandavi, Narrogin, and also Aboriginal Health Services in Northam and Narrogin. So primarily we are a GP practice. We provide GP nursing, allied health services. So Rhiannon, if you would ever want to collaborate, be happy to provide dietitians. Yeah. Apart from the GP practices in the primary healthcare, we also work in projects. So what we try and do is get primary healthcare funding. So manage programs such as integrated team care, which focuses on chronic disease, integrated chronic disease care, which is again chronic disease. And we also go for funding in the disability services side and provide fund projects, which I'm here to talk about. It's called Humans of the Wheat Belt. So Humans of the Wheat Belt, hey, yeah, there we go. So Humans of the Wheat Belt is very close to my heart because it was conceived by 2 cool individuals, OG, Sam Connor, and Anna Cornish. So the story goes, they got a small grant of $1,000. And this was back in 2018. And when they came to me and they said, hey, look, we've got this $1,000, we're gonna, and they had a long list of deliverables, and I just said one thing, you guys are crazy. Because I looked at the list and I'm like, this goes on and on. But I've never been happy to be proved wrong. They did it, and from there, this project just grew in size. And once that grant was over, we moved on to the next grant called DISCO, which stands for Disability Inclusion in Schools and Communities. And Humans of the Wheat Belt was very much part of that project. And in that project, we managed to travel across schools. And as Sam was saying, I mean, you just walk into a school and you knew this school had no one with a disability, or this school had someone with a disability. You know, it just made, there was a stark difference in the community. Just to give you guys some statistics from of how the Humans of the Wheat Belt has grown. So far, we've got about 209 human stories that have been completed across 26 towns in the Wheat Belt in the last 24 months. So each story has about 200,000 views on an average, and some stories can go up to 60,000 views. Unfortunately, not mine. Overall, there's over 1 million users that have been reached on Facebook. Anna wrote a note on my paper because she said I'm going to forget it, and I did. So thank you, Anna. Well, one of the uniqueness of the Humans of the Wheat Belt project is it's a take on Humans of New York, but one person that's involved, at least one person involved in the project has a disability. It could be the interviewee, the interviewer, the photographer, or the one that's editing. Right. So social inclusion. I mean, thank you, Inclusion Solutions, for bringing us together. I mean, looking at the room, we've got people from various backgrounds, which is great. So social inclusion has always been the underlying theme of this project. For example, I mean, there's this amazing stories that you can actually see on the books that I've left on your tables. That's a free copy. You can take it home. Yeah. So there's some amazing stories in that book. For example, Auntie Kathy Davis, which when I read her story, I was amazed because her descendants from India camel traders from Rajasthan, and take Damien, who provides gliding lessons at the Kandadin airfield for a project called Soarability, or Matthew, a young autistic, 18 now, so he's a Muay Thai fighter with autism. He took up that sport because he was bullied at school. And now he can kick ass. or take Robert, a colorblind photographer from York, or Imogen, who's founder of Perth Academy of Performance Arts, and where she uses arts to address anxiety, depression, not just hers, but also there are some of her students who have mental health issues. Or take young Wesley, a young Aboriginal man who identifies as gay. He returned back home to the wheat belt to fight his mental health and addiction with alcohol. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is Humans of the Wheat Belt Project is like a Bollywood movie. All right? Some stories, they're going to make you cry. Some stories will make you laugh. Some stories will make you angry. And some stories will remind you of your best friend. So that's pretty much the essence of this project. But in all seriousness, my boss usually says the success of a project is determined by the market. I think the success of the Humans of the Wheat Belt is not of the Wheat Belt Health Network, but I think it's the success of the community. So thank you all. A big round of applause to all the humans who have been featured in the book, and to all those humans who are yet to be discovered. Thank you.